somewhere? Guess who invented it? Foster Brooks. He came up with that expression. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. And in Foster's world, it's 5 o'clock somewhere all the time. Now, last Friday, February 22nd, was National Margarita Day. Foster decided to turn it into National Margarita Week. And the week isn't up until Friday. So we've asked him to drop by, visit, share a few things with us. Would you please come forward, Foster? And his straight girl, Shirl. Please come forward.
Hello, it's Foster.
I'd like to apologize to the audience for appearing in this condition. I thought the show was tomorrow night. But I have a perfectly good reason for being in this condition. I was drinking all day. Could you direct me to the nearest economics alcoholics?
What did you say?
I said, could you direct me to the nearest economics alcoholics?
I think you mean Alcoholics Anonymous.
That's what I said.
I don't know, do you want to attend a meeting?
No, I want to resign. Oh, I see Don's over there, you know. Your wife Lynn and I had a nice visit this morning while you were stuck in traffic on the way to the airport. But I just wanted to let you know your rum supply is getting a little low. And you could use a few more chips and pretzels.
I don't know, Foster. Do you think maybe you ought to cut back on your drinking a little bit?
Well, you know, a part of me says that I can't keep drinking like this. But the other part of me says, don't listen to that guy. He's been drinking. And you know what? I just read an article today on the dangers of drinking. It scared the life out of me. And so that's it. After today, no more reading.
Foster, I have a question for you.
Oh, what is it?
Why do you hold your nose when you're taking a sip of your drink?
Well, when I smell Jack Daniels, it makes my mouth water, and I hate to dilute my drink.
What have you been up to lately?
Oh, I got to tell you what happened at the grocery store this morning.
Oh, what happened?
Well, when I was ready to pay for my groceries, the cashier said, "Strip down, facing me." And I wondered what in the world she was talking about, but I started to comply. And after the shouting and the screaming stopped, I realized she was trying to tell me how to put my credit card through the card reader. So, I've been asked to shop elsewhere in the future.
You know, I seem to remember that you were doing test driving of cars for Ford. You still doing that?
No, I had to quit. Too many drunks on the road. But you know, I did have a job this past summer as a marriage counselor.
Oh, marriage.
And we had one couple came in, wanted a divorce. They've been married for 75 years and wanted a divorce.
For 75 years? Why'd they wait so long?
Well, they said they wanted to wait till the kids died.
Well, have Have you started any other job?
Well, no. At my age, it's unusual to start anything new except a medical procedure.
What about your exercising? You still doing that?
Well, yes, I was up until recently when my gym burned down. I figured that was a sign from above to quit working out.
You been to the doctor lately,
Yeah,
Foster?
yeah, I was there just last week. And he suggested I lose some weight. You know, I used to be so thin I had to drink a beer to hold my pants up. Now I bought one of them new subcompact Focus cars.
Little Ford Focus?
Uh-huh. Saves me a ton of money on gas.
Good.
Because I can't get in it.
Oh, Foster. Anything else wrong?
Well, this past summer I wasn't seeing very well. And my wife and I were preparing the trip to go to Africa. So I had my cataracts removed.
Oh, you got that done before you went to Africa?
Yeah, it was important because we were going to go on a hunting trip.
A hunting trip.
And I figured she wanted to feed me to the lions. And I wanted to see them coming.
So, aren't you and your wife getting along any better, Foster?
Well, things could be better. She left me a note on the refrigerator the other day saying, "It's not working, I can't take it anymore, I've gone to stay with friends." And so I opened the refrigerator door and the light came on and the beer was still cold. So I wondered what in the world was she talking about?
I know you usually go on a trip to your in-laws every summer. Did you go on a trip this year?
Oh, yes. We took a little car trip to see your family, and it's just so nice to have a little helper in the car.
Your wife?
Yeah.
Little helper?
She knows everything there is to know about driving. She says to me, do you know how fast you're going? And I said, yes, I do. I have a speedometer right in front of me. But if it ever snaps off, I got you to back me up.
Oh, Foster. So how are your in-laws doing?
Well, you know, I got this one brother-in-law. He had heard that more accidents happen in the home than anywhere else. And the second worst place was on the highway. And he's really depressed now.
Oh.
Because he lives in a fifth wheel. You know, my other brother-in-law is really dumb.
Oh, what? Why do you say that, Foster?
Well, I recently watched a news report where this guy jumped off a bridge. And he and I were watching the rerun together, a little news report later in the evening. And I bet him $50 that the guy would jump. And he said, "You're on." So we watched the report again, and when it came to the part about the guy jumping off the bridge, he jumped. And my brother-in-law said, "Here's your $50. And I said, "I can't take your money. I watched this report before I knew the guy had jumped." He said, "Well, I watched it before too, but I didn't think he'd do it again."
Any other news from your summer visit?
Well, we were good. We went to church every Sunday while we were up there.
Good, every Sunday.
And the preacher had gotten some new false teeth. And the first Sunday he talked for 8 minutes because his mouth hurt so bad. The second week he talked for 10 minutes. Felt a little better.
A little better.
But the third week he talked for 2 hours and 48 minutes.
Ooh, how come he did that?
Well, after the service, we asked him that, and he said on that particular Sunday, he put his wife's teeth in by mistake. And he couldn't shut up. But wait, there's more.
Oh, there's more. There's
Yeah.
more.
My in-laws have a farm, with a little pond behind it, and it's got fruit trees all around it.
Nice.
So I figured I'd take a little bucket and go down there, pick some fruit, bring it back for the folks. And when I got down there with the 3 young ladies skinny dipping in the pond, and they said, "We're not coming out until you leave." And I held up the bucket and I told him, "I'm not there to watch you swim naked."
Oh, of course not.
I told him, "I just came down here to feed the alligators." Well, that's it for tonight. I gotta go get my little helper, and we have to find a new grocery store to shop at.